Hey everybody, this is Ben, and welcome back to another episode of ComputerCraft Challenge! Back after a moderate hiatus here. I was feeling pretty bad last week. Pardon my voice, you can probably still hear. I had quite a cold for pretty much all of the past week. So that was partially a hindrance, and things are just busy as well. But I am back here with another episode. You can see we've got Klaus is off doing his tree farming. And let me just make sure everybody's running. I just jumped in the world here. We got our creeper holes from last time. ID, yeah, okay, cool. Awesome, awesome. Whoop. Let's... Oh, I missed a snowball over here. I just loaded the world up and took a peek around, so there shouldn't be anybody waiting to surprise me. Okay. So, let's... Oh, we got diamonds! How long? Those have been sitting there for going on, what, 2 weeks it's been, right? Alright. Well, great. And thank you, Sidekick, for that. Diamonds, yay, let's go hide those. Alright, I gotta fill in that creeper hole when I get a chance, but where do I hide diamonds? Oh, I hide them here. Great. Oh, I can build another mining turtle. That's perfect. And let's just toss all of the ore and be on our way. Spruce planks. Alright. And you are having a... Anytime. I want to make sure he's running. So anyway, what I'm going to be doing today is working on my relay system. Now, working on this system as much as I have been, I've completely rewritten it like 3 times, I think. Is he not working? And what's Klaus doing? Does he not? He doesn't drop off yet, huh? No, he doesn't. Okay. He should be getting those saplings soon, though. Anywho, hey, Sherman. You seem to be stuck. I don't know. I don't know why that's... Smelter. Yeah, worked fine that time. Okay, great. Charcoals. Cool. Alright, he's off doing his smelting stuff. And, yep, there's Klaus. What you doing, Klaus? You reset? You got rid of all that wood? Yep. Yep, great. A whole bunch more charcoal to be on its way. Okay, cool. So, those relays, my computer got blown up. Eek. Computer got blew up. Oh my gosh. Alright, so this one is still going to be a console, and I have a program running for that. Let's just... Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. It didn't blow up anyway, right? That's what I'm getting at. Alright, and I don't think I have any computers laying around anywhere. I got Builder Buddy here, but I really want to build a computer for this, so let's go make another computer, or actually 2 might be nice. I'm not sure if I can get like a long-range relay test or not. Probably not. I'm probably just gonna have the one computer. Anyway, whoop, still a little bit laggy. I just yesterday put up a vlog where I talked about how I am getting a new computer, so all of this little lagginess will not be a bother any longer. Here we go. I need one of those, right? And then I think just one of those. Wow, how am I forgetting? I'm seriously forgetting a computer? Oh my gosh. It's been a while since I played this. Computer should be... like that? Yeah, okay, cool. I totally remembered. No biggie. Oh no, I need more smooth stone. Am I really out of smooth? Eek. Yeah, I guess so. Alright, well, let's throw some stacks in there. Sure, a couple stacks. Why not? What are you smelting? Wood? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, I got my little bit of slot confusion there. I could redo Sherman a bit there, but he's working fine. I mean, it's so close to perfect that I don't care. But I will. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna build myself a furnace I can use, so I don't have to wait for this. Let's use our crafting ability here. I'm getting a little more and more. I guess I would say annoyed at my rule of not placing stuff, except for utility things like that. Anyway, it's just I'd really like to just go and fill that hole, but I'm supposed to use a turtle to do it, so I'm gonna put it off instead. So let me just go ahead and pause it real quick, and I will come back once I've got my computer, and I need a wireless modem to go on it, which is why I'm just chilling here, waiting. And then I will show you my relay. Actually, I can show you, what am I saying? I can show you the relay program right now. Let's go over there. So I got the console started, and that's pretty similar to the old console program. I didn't change too much. So now here, this is you can see here I have the relay script. Now, I have not tested this. So if you see problems, I'm sorry. But I've been trying to think through it a lot, that I'm trying to build a system where I can have a relay, and relays will start up and, oh, excuse you, Minecraft. The relays will start up and automatically build more or less a tree network going back to the main console. Then, and they'll do this based upon going with the fewest number of hops possible. Then turtles will be able to connect to this network and will use whatever the nearest, well, not nearest, I guess, but use the fewest hop relay to then communicate with the main console. So what we've got is this is up here at the top, this is my message format. The messages all contain the computer ID they're going to, ultimately, not just the hops within the relays. The computer they came from originally, a table or array that contains the message, and an array that contains the route that it took to get back to the console. And that's kind of just I mean, it's an easy enough solution to getting messages back to where they came from. And I'll explain that when I get down to this function here. So then we got run, which is true, which is just this while loop down here. It's an easy way. I can send it a die command or whatever if I wanted to kill a relay for some reason. The parent ID is the ID of the parent node in the network. My ID is just so I don't have to keep calling this in my code. And the number of hops is the number of hops. Like if a turtle were to ask this relay how many hops to get back to the console, that's this number of hops in the network. So now we have the local function sendSer, which I originally wrote just to do the serialization automatically, but it has since had some more moved into it. So you send like this entire message, these parameters into this function. And so first of all, the toID, it assumes we first set that to, we're usually going to be first dealing with messages going like up the tree to the console. So the parent ID, you want to go from this relay to its parent. And for whatever the last relay is, the parent will be the console ID. If the console within the network, as far as all of the relays are concerned, the console has an ID of 0. That way you don't actually have to use a specific computer with a specific ID. You just pretend that it's 0, the console thinks it's 0, everybody just ignores what its actual ID is. Oh, pardon me. So if we're not sending it to the console at I0 here, or ID 0, so 2 is not equal to 0, then instead the 2ID here, which we're going to be using the RedNet send for, we're going to grab the last element out of the route array, which is this nice highlighting you can see. This is the last parameter of the message, the route. And so it's going to grab the last element of that, because we're going back down the tree, back to, let's say, the turtle that sent the message originally. Otherwise, so then we're going down the tree instead, so we want to set the 2ID to that route there. And this table.remove takes care of deleting that last element from the route array and everything. But if we are going to the console, here we do an insert into the route array of this relay's ID. And this insert throws the element at the end of the route array. So the table.insert and table.remove are a very easy way for me to deal with, like, essentially having this route array be kind of, it's like a stack, first in, first out. Or no, sorry. Last in, first out. I said that completely wrong the first time. Last in, first out type stack. So as you can see, hold on, where is that route? Let me highlight route again. Route. Well, I guess that's okay. That's right. I moved that up here. I just to finish this off, and it's a lot neater taking care of all of this stuff in this send function. So when we're sending up to the console, which is take this part of the if statement here, we insert the current node's ID at the end of the route. So say we're sending it something from a turtle. I should draw a diagram for this. Maybe I'll do that. One moment, I'm going to go ahead and do that. That'll make this a lot easier to explain for those not familiar with the topography I'm talking about. Okay, everybody, I am back. I had a little hiccup there, but never mind. I got myself a nice little MS Paint diagram here to just so you can visualize a little more what I'm talking about. Got what they are, and then the ID number of each computer in the corner there. So you can imagine talking about this route thing as it's going up to the console. That route parameter, that array, is being built up. So the turtle will put its ID on there, slap on the number 2. Then it'll send it up. I mean, like this route seed, then this would have the 5 slapped on it, and then go to the console. When the console gets it, he'll look at it and decide, like based on the message, what he should tell the turtle to do. Then he'll look at that route and start deconstructing using the remove, pulling the last one off of there. So the last one that was added was 5, so then it goes to him. Then he looks again at that route. The last one added was 2, so it goes over here, at which point the turtle realizes, oh, hey, that message is for me. And same thing here, add a 2, add 8, add 3, figure it out. Then we go back to 3, we go back to 8, we go back to 2. So that's just the easy way that route variable, that array, doing a last in, first out kind of situation is a really easy way to keep track of where things are moving in my network, since it's going to be exclusively like a tree-based network. All messages always want to go up to the console. That's what's going to make the decision. So after this function, now that we've looked at that, we get down to the actual program beginning. We open up the modem, and we send our initial broadcast saying get route. And we don't send this to any specific computer or turtle or anything, so we don't really care what this parameter is, but I didn't want to make it anything confusing, so whatever. And then this is coming from me, my ID, this relay's ID, and then we want to get the route. We need the route. And you can see that this is the message parameter, and that's always an array itself. It sleeps 3 seconds. And we get down to the main loop here, and this is what does all the work in the relay. So let's go ahead and actually follow this get route. So the initial thing saying is get route. So some other relay then will be looping through here, or the console is handling this get route message as well. That'll be looping through, and if it hears here that the message, first parameter of the message, which this is, you can see, the first element, sorry, not parameter, first element of the message variable here is getRoute. Then we reply. We say we're going to send this back to the person who sent it to us, because you're never going to go anywhere. A getRoute message should be replied directly to. It doesn't need to go back to the console. We serialize our thing, send it back to the sender, comes from whoever we are, and then we send route info. And that's where route info, and then this first element of the message is route info, second element is the number of hops, which is, the variable stored up at the top. So the guy who originally sent the message, am I getting some weird lag here? Kind of feels like it. Anyway, so the guy that sent the message originally, he's still waiting for a reply. And right here, you can see if we get the message, first element of the message variable here is route info, then we go ahead and look at the second element. And if message, the part number 2, the number of hops, is less than the number of hops in myself currently, then we go ahead and say, oh, okay, that's our parent now, because that has less hops than we currently have. And that's why the initial number of hops is so huge. It's just easy. And then we set our number of hops to that same plus 1, because now we've added a hop. The part of this is that while we are waiting for that route info reply, one thing I realized is that if I have a somewhat large network, when I start up a level, and these are, say, all going to auto start as relays, there could be a lot of simultaneous requests for getRoute. And if that happens, I don't want weird routes to be returned. So I want to make sure that, that's why I have, for one, sleep 3, everybody's going to sleep that, clearly. But then down here we say, if I don't have a parent ID yet, my parent ID is still -1, which is the initial setting, then I'm just going to go ahead and take this RedNet message that I pulled off the event, and I'm going to go ahead and queue a new event on RedNet message. Now, I haven't exactly tested this, but I am just mirroring how the message comes off right here. Event sender, message dist, and go ahead. I don't need even to put this, do I? Because I know I'm only pulling RedNet message, so I'm just going to event. That's easier. So yeah, I make sure that will make a mistake that way. So we just go ahead and push that message back onto the event queue there and sleep 3 seconds again. Because if we don't have a parent, we can't reply to anything. We are not connected to the network. We are not going to be replying. So we are just going to hold everything in this event queue until someone replies, hopefully heard, and replies to our getRoute message. Outside of that, that is the main portion of this relay. Everything else just passed on. Send serialized to from message route. And that sends it back up here. It automatically figures out if we're going up the tree or down the tree, to the console or to the turtle. And it builds the route or deconstructs the route appropriately and sends it on. It doesn't care what the message is or what it says. And that's really the super simple part. And I threw a sleep down here, 0.1, just so that this thing's not, it doesn't try to move too fast. I don't know, stuff can get weird if you're trying to run as fast as it possibly can, sometimes with ComputerCraft. But so that is my long-winded explanation of this thing, and I have had Minecraft paused because I know better than to wait around, but we still have enough of this smooth stone, so I'm just going to go ahead and see if, oh my gosh, that was Klaus, wasn't it? Okay, who else did that scare? Yeah, there goes Klaus. Darn you, Klaus. How's our charcoal? Oh, it's looking pretty good, I would say. And you've got, yeah, a number there, and you're working on wood again. Wait, did you do? No, he still hasn't gotten to the cobblestone. Wow. It's keeping him busy. So let's go back to this, build my modem, and actually test this sucker out. Oh my gosh, I'm so rusty. Oh, I had some sticks. Oh well. Darn it, I need red stuff. Red stuff. Give me the red stuff. Okay. What the heck? I'm just going to build a whole bunch of these torches. I'm going to need them. I'm building all this stuff now. So let's go ahead and make a modem. Yay. Alright. Getting dark out. Keep an eye out for creepers now. So I'm going to go ahead and put down... Let's put you there. And where do we want to put our... I'm going to put our relay... I mean, I was putting it pretty close before, but let's put it a little farther away from the wall, just in case. Ooh, a cave. I know there's a cave already. And the modem goes on the back. I put it on the back because I'm figuring I'm going to be having like turtles flying up and placing these similar to how the GPS stuff was. Whoa. So laggy. Alright, so this is so very laggy. This is our console. We've got it waiting for messages, and part of... Oh, I didn't go over the console code either. I'll just do that really fast because that has not changed much at all. Right over here, console. I threw the sensor serialized function in here, but I don't have to decide whether it's going up or down the tree, you know, to or from the console, because this is the console. Clearly, I'm only sending stuff away from me. So we just pull the last element off the route and send there. We open, this is all stuff that's been in my console forever, you know, back when it was down in my little hidey hole. And then we have the console loop here, which has a lot of code that is pretty similar to in the relay. You know, all this stuff is the same. If the 2 is 0, the console, which I am actually realizing I think 0 is actually sidekick. Can I change a computer ID? I'll have to look that one up, because that will cause a problem. I might have to go and rename the console to something else. But anyway, so if we're coming to the console, which anything should be, and let's see here. Oh, you know what? That's dumb. No, I can't do that. And it's get route. It's not coming to the console at all. Wow, that was a dumb mistake. Let's fix that one. So all we do is look at message. We don't care who it's from or to. Oops, go away. I'm not running it here anyway. Unindent that. Okay, there we go. So if, now easily, if message 1 equals get route, then set the message to route info, and let's see, is that from is, yeah, from's working fine, and except this 2 obviously is just going to be 0, because that's who that... anyway, I want to send a message back to the node it came from the console with the message and the route, you know, if necessary. So the route info number of hops is 0 because this is the console. Then anything else receiving that will go here and go, oh, 0 hops, that's clearly the best. So my number of hops is 0 plus 1. Yeah, so that's all this does. And then down here at the bottom, we have it essentially echo everything to its screen. So I'll see everything that's happening. You know, even this stuff will get pasted out to the console once I restart it, because that is not going to work the way it is. And both of these programs, the relay and the console, are terminated in red. Ooh. Are in the ComputerCraft directory, so they are like global programs for everything. Makes it easy. Alright, so relay. It's running. It's relaying. Is there a message over here? Did you... Oh, darn it. Alright. Attempt to exit... Attempt to index question mark? A nil value? On line 17. And the debugging begins. Console, line 17. A nil value, huh? Interesting. Because when they send that get route, it is clearly in there. Huh. So I'll have to work on that, and I will be back as soon as I figure it out. Hey everybody, I'm back after a long time of troubleshooting, and it looks like I finally got this to work. Let's see here. Yes, okay, so I was having a little bit of feedback with computer getting its own messages, and that caused a problem. But now it seems to be all solved. The only thing I really had to change was, first of all, I was doing the comma delimited thing to get the different parameters from the unserialized, and apparently that's a wishful thinking type feature and not actually a feature of Lua. And then the only other thing I changed was in the relay, I took out all of the sleeps, because sleeps seem to be sleeping forever. And I don't know why. But at any rate, I actually going to have to cut this off here because this took me so long to figure out. I don't know why the sleeps were causing such a problem. But I'll clean this up, and next time I will get to actually testing some of my console commands between a turtle and the console. Make sure that it is communicating correctly, and I'll probably set up that in my turtle API so that it can be handled more easily when I go ahead and write some additional programs that run off the console commands here. Also going to have to get a nice big advanced monitor so that I can have a lot easier display for this kind of stuff. But at any rate, thanks everybody for watching. I don't know when I will get the next episode out, to be honest here. This system has taken me, I mean, really, any chance I had to work on it, I didn't have a lot, truthfully, but it's taken me a good number of hours to settle on this system, partly because of wishy-washiness and partly because of weird bugs like I had there with the sleep function. But at any rate, I will see you all next time, and thanks for watching, guys.